Tom Bergeron's cryptic post on Instagram has fans hoping it means a possible return to Dancing with the Stars. Hey guys, welcome back to another shared news from home. We are just as excited as you guys about Tom's possible hint that he could be returning to Dancing with the Stars. But before we start unpacking all these details, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. All right, Mariah, I mostly know and love Tom from America's Funniest Home Videos, if I'm being perfectly honest. I only watched Dancing with the Stars on and off for the last 4 years. He's definitely been a fan favorite from Dancing with the Stars. He had a totally loyal audience there. People absolutely loved him. It did come as a huge shock when he was released from his hosting position last July. Tom has left fans now in a total frenzy after his latest Instagram post. He wrote, "Stay tuned," alongside a quote from the Godfather Part 3 that read, "Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in." Naturally, fans, myself included, assumed that this meant he could be returning to the show, joining our new host, Tyra Banks. Okay, so Mariah, with all of that being said, obviously we know fans took to social media. They made it known that they were not happy that Tom was leaving, and some people really just missed him last season. I have to say, I love Tyra. I thought she did a really good job. But I don't know how you interpret this post as anything else. It seems like a direct clue that he's going to be coming back and joining her. We used to see him host alongside Erin Andrews. There is a way to do Dancing with the Stars with multiple people in the hosting position. I guess this could point to just some other good news. You know, maybe he signed on to a new show, but how are you interpreting this?
Like you said, it's so hard to interpret it any other way. And it's mainly because he said they pulled me back in, because I'm thinking, okay, well, if someone's pulling you back somewhere, then I assume you're going to be going back to a position that you previously had. And because, Tyra was a little rocky with fans and everybody really was just devastated at the fact that he was let go because he has such a loyal fan base, it's hard to assume that he meant anything else. But maybe he did get a new hosting position. I mean, he has been a worldwide favorite television host for years. So if he does start something new, people are going to love it. If he comes back to Dancing with the Stars, people are going to love it. So we just have to stay tuned.
Yeah, I am totally with you there. I mean, there's like two ways to interpret it, right? Like, just when he thinks he's out of, I don't know, the hosting game, he's pulled back in. Or just when you think he's out of Dancing with the Stars, he's pulled back in. And I have to say, just with all of the controversy going on, all of the attention on his Dancing with the Stars exit, you'd think a seasoned professional like him would know, what this kind of post could lead to, the frenzy it could create. So I just have a feeling that he's going to be joining Tyra back in the ballroom. He has been very much a part of the Dancing with the Stars family since the show first aired in 2005. Fans were just truly shocked, honestly, when it was announced that he was leaving the show after 28 seasons. That is a crazy long run. Erin Andrews, of course, like I mentioned, joined him in 2014, and she was also let go. At the time, an executive producer explained that the reasoning was that the team just really wanted to mix things up. They said, quote, "I think it's all about evolution. I think any show like this that has been on many, many seasons needs to continue to evolve." They also explained, quote, "I think changing the host was all about evolution. It was about making the show feel fresh, making it feel new, and making it reach out maybe to a new audience as well as the audience that's been there for years." So obviously, listen, we've talked about this a lot on this channel. The Tyra announcement didn't thrill everyone, but it did excite some people. And again, there are mixed reviews on whether or not she was better than or as good as Tom. Personally, I enjoyed it. I totally get how a boardroom of producers could be sitting there going, we've been doing the same thing for 28 seasons. Now is a moment to come in, breathe some new life into the show. I just don't know if they anticipated people, who don't like change. Not all the time are people ready to shake things up with you. I mean, makes sense, but I don't know that it went over the way they thought it would.
There's so many people who just cannot stand change. They like what they like for the reasons they like it. And again, Tom has a very loyal fan base who has been following him from, I'm sure, the start of his career. So, though I am a huge Tyra fan, always have been obsessed with her. I love anytime I see her, at a conference delivering some type of speech or as a new host. Love to see it. But I do think a lot of people, like if you remove somebody that they thoroughly enjoy and could be a huge reason that they tune in the first place, you're not really doing the whole we're reaching a new audience. You're maybe reaching a new audience, but you're losing some as well. So I don't know if that was the best move on their part. And maybe they're seeing that now. And that's why there's speculation that he's returning. I mean, even if that doesn't happen, I think Tyra, that was her warm-up round. So we have to give her another shot regardless.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. It's really interesting. I mean, I remember at the time when we were initially like reacting to all of the outrage and fans' devastation, thinking, why didn't they just bring Tyra on with Tom or even with Tom and with Aaron, right? People absolutely loved the show how it was. Tyra Banks is amazing, but it seems like it could have been much smoother at the time had they just made her a part of the team. Obviously, they made the decision they made. Tyra replaced both Tom and Aaron after their exits. And listen, she is not green, right? She has years of experience hosting with America's Next Top Model. But she did have some ups and downs at the start of her hosting gig. It's live TV. Like anyone stepping into a new job, there were some moments that could have gone over a little smoother. And with all of the discussion of Tom's exit, I think it just added more fuel to that fire. All of the rumors aside, it is expected that she'll return this season. That's been announced. So the question really is just, is she returning with the Tom Bergeron or is she returning totally on her own? According to Tom's post, we're going to find out soon. So, Mariah, I just have to say, with that being the question at the end of the day, do you think what's happened here is Dancing with the Stars loves Tyra, but listened to their audience and thought, why not best of both worlds? Let's bring Tom back if he's willing. Let's keep Tyra and let's make it a fresh season that everyone's going to love.
I feel like that would be the best move for them. But my question is, if you are fired from a position that you were with for a very long time, I mean, being let go is hard, especially when you're a little bit older, because I feel like there would be that mindset like, well, did you just want to go in a younger direction? I mean, I would be salty for sure. And if they asked me to come back, I'd be like, oh, really now? So now you want me. So I don't know if how I would feel if I was Tom, and I was fired, if I would be so willing to just jump back and start all over again. But I do think, if he was really happy there and maybe it wasn't like a really I don't know how you could not have a negative like firing experience, but if he was still good with everybody, then maybe, he would be willing to come back. I think it would be wise of them to listen to their audiences as any producer or any show. Listen to the people who are watching, who are engaging with the show, because you got to give them what they want, or you could potentially risk losing so many followers. So we will see what happens. It would be wise for them to create another change, a positive one. But again, I just don't know if anyone who was let go would be willing to come back.
Yeah, I mean, you raise a really good point. The one thing I am thinking is like Tom has got to be feeling the love from the Dancing with the Stars community, right? I mean,
Right.
so I'm with you. I have to imagine those conversations behind the scenes were maybe a little awkward, but maybe the love of the fans just drew him back and he felt like he knew there was going to be an audience at the very least that he wanted to reconnect with. So if this is the case, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how they officially announce this. Tyra signed on to not only host, but to be a producer, and she's a very smart businesswoman, I feel like. So I definitely think there have got to be some conversations about like, listen, some of the audience is on cloud nine right now, but some of the audience is just not happy. And at the end of the day, we want the whole audience to be thrilled with what we're doing. So the focus really can be on the dancing, the celebrities, the show itself, the episodes, as opposed to this overarching behind the scenes stuff, which can get stressful. So it's going to be really interesting to see. Of course, not only what Tom is teasing, but when we get this news. Obviously, you guys, we are going to keep you updated as we start to learn more. Feels like we were just talking about Dancing with the Stars, and now a new season is creeping up on us. It is right around the corner. So a lot of very exciting stuff down the line, no matter what. We, of course, want to know what the heck you think is going on. How do you interpret this Instagram post from Tom? Let us know down in the comments. And of course, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell, because we will keep you updated as we learn more about the situation. As always, I'm your host, Fiona Zaring, joined by the wonderful Mariah Davis. If you want to come say hi, our social handles are on the screen right now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.